Welcome everyone to Fort Wayne, Indiana. We have another great G League matchup for you tonight between the Mad Ants and the Long Island Nets. I'm Blake Suniga alongside my good friends Tim Swartz and Brian Banafatemi. Tim, what do you make of this matchup?
Well, we have some great stars to watch in this game. There's Marcus Young and recent addition AI will look to Clinton.
And we'll look to see how he adjusts to the G League.
And of course, the Nets are led by the Romanian big man, Vlad the Impaler. He's the type of big man that can just take over a game.
A lot of storylines to follow in this matchup. It should be a fun one. And when Young is on the floor, you know he is going to be a threat to score.
Offense just comes so easy to Young, and he knows it. You hope he finds a way to expand his game, but when you need a bucket, he is such a good option to have. Recognizing the overcommitment, Kelsey knows it's his responsibility to get it to his open guys.
And with Marcus Young, perhaps the first thing you notice about him is the killer instinct on the court.
Young is a player that is always looking to exploit a weakness or catch a defender slipping up. Sometimes he'll get too focused on that aspect of the game, but I'd say it's worked well for him so far. It's so hard to contain him. He gets it done however he has to do it.
Here's Long Island now. Pass to Haji. Over Trig. Haji, no good. AI up top, defended by Nelson. And so just over a minute and a half play. And the dunk by AI. Well, it has been said time and time again, but it doesn't make it any less true. The state of Indiana loves their basketball.
And it's one reason why a team like the Mad Ants can have such a devoted fan base. It goes across the entire state.
It's in everyone's DNA. Now here's Kelsey. Pass to Haji. Now in the scoring column with that deuce. 1 for 2 this game.
A wonderful inside score, really like an old school big man. You gotta like watching Haji do his thing down there.
Outside Young. Now AI. He's guarded by Kelsey. 5 to shoot. And AI gets it to go.
You know how things get around here in Fort Wayne. When the Mad Ants play, the entire city pays attention. The whole city shuts down as they love to support their local G League chapter.
Now here's Kelsey. Pass to Haji. Over Trig. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
You know, he possesses sort of a throwback game for a big man. Haji is most comfortable operating close to the basket.
And we're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Fresh, guarded by Calderon. Pass to James, 6 to shoot. Now Russell. Now Fresh. Now James. They get it back. Haji. Tough possession there. They stayed with it, but just couldn't make a shot.
Well, I'm not sure, Brian, if you caught the local news, but apparently some of the Mad Ant players played a pickup with some of the locals.
Yeah, a sight to see for sure. I believe it was AI and Tatum in a 2-on-2 game. You know, small things like that are what makes this team so endeared in Fort Wayne.
Yeah, they really love him out here. A great start for him. 4 for 4. He could be in for a big game.
That's what it looks like. His energy level has just been terrific right from the opening tip.
You'd love to see him keep this up.
Now here's James. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Russell. Pass to Fresh. And out of bounds, the Mad Ants will take it. The Mad Ants leading.
And the head coach of the Mad Ants, Gordon Keller. He's a back-to-the-basics kind of coach. He's going to drill the fundamentals and accountability to this Mad Ants roster from the first whistle to the final horn.
Now here's Calderon. Pass to AI. Wing shot on the way, and he connects with the jumper.
And he's made 5 straight from the field, coming out strong.
The D hasn't been able to do anything to stop him, and they're feeding the hot hand.
Now here's Russell, defended by Carter. Now here's Russell to the paint. Here's Fresh. Comes up empty down low.
Terrific D. That's how to protect the rim.
And we've reached the end of the first quarter. The Mad Ants on top, leading by 7. And quarter 2 will get underway just after this short break. All right, the second quarter beginning. Some changes for Long Island. And here are the Mad Ants. 6-point game. One thing you have to admire about Coach Keller is his commitment to having the team stay involved with the community.
When you create an atmosphere like that within a locker room and the surrounding city, you get more than the sum of your parts. Keller inspires his players by really making what they do larger than the results on the floor.
Here's Andrews. Off target from downtown. Now here's AI. D right on him. Out of bounds, it'll go to the nets.
And for Long Island, Vlad is the star of the team, but to top to bottom, they have talent.
Absolutely. They provide a tough matchup for teams because they can run so many sets from inside and out. Reminds me a little bit of how the Denver Nuggets are constructed.
Yeah, great point, Brian.
If you battle for the offensive rebound, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on the follow like he got there.
Pass to Tatum. Trigg up top. Here's AI. It's good, as 5 others before it were. He's now shooting 6 for 7.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves.
And they've been looking at a sink offensively.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence. And of course, AI, a name that might sound familiar to college hoops fans, had a good run, a big game in the Sweet 16, but ultimately the team came up just short. Still showed some great potential in what was his final year. He can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Fans are disappointed. You see him?
Well, I think he did plenty of damage. It was only with one hand, but he threw it down pretty hard, just the same, if you ask me.
Here's Price. It's hauled in by the Mad Ants.
Well defended, and he's not someone who handles that type of defensive pressure very well.
AI outside. And AI throws it down. And AI and the rest of the Mad Ants were involved in some community work recently. They had a booth at the state fair.
You just have to love that the team is willing to take time and meet fans on an individual basis by having a booth at the fair. It just takes a day for the players, but goes a long way in developing ties with the community.
Here's Haji. And he gets contact and a whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And the foul called on the Fort Wayne Mad Ants.
Ayo kita ganggu dia dengan sedikit.
And he knocks down the first one. And he makes both free throws.
Even though they're trailing, I love the job they've been doing getting to the free throw line and trying to get some easy points.
You know, they should stay aggressive, and they have been, not settling.
And here is AI. With 2 seconds left.
Slam dunk kembali.
AI throws it down. Kicking it up a notch, AI, demonstrating why he's ready for the NBA.
And so, that's the end of the first half.
Di kuarter kedua ini
Mad Ants out
dan
in front.
dimenangkan
They're
oleh
up by
saya.
10. And we'll be back for the second
Awal
half
yang
following the
bagus.
break. Keep it right here on
Tim dan
2K Sports.
Saya terima kasih tim dan coach.
And the second half about to start in just a few moments. You look at AI in this game, he's been everywhere.
Well, he created a lot of good shots for himself in the first couple of quarters, and he knew when to pass up on the tough ones.
And that led to a very high points per shot number for him. That's a stat that really tells you how efficient a player has been.
Ayo.
To the inside.
Mantap, asis
And
yang
Tatum
sangat
gets it to
tepat.
go.
And Paul Tatum, a Houston native, grew up in that area.
And Tatum was a huge
Dan
Rockets fan
penonton
growing up. You talk to him and he'll tell you his love for the game
bersorak-sorai
all
untuk kemenangan
started
tim
with him watching his
Red
hometown team as a kid.
Yeah, watching a little T-Mac, a little Yao Ming.
Haji, no good.
It's been a difficult game for him offensively, and it's costing them big time.
And there's the whistle on the shot.
Free
Took
throw
the
pertama
foul,
di
shot
game
misses, and he'll shoot
lawan.
Attacking with
Long
tenacity on the
Island.
drive. Love seeing AI force the defense's hand.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
At the line for your Mad Ants, AI. At the line for
That free throw missing.
Aduh.
When AI declared for the draft after his freshman year, a lot of people thought it was a
Defense
mistake,
block kembali.
and it probably was, to be honest. But I do think getting passed over in the draft fueled a fire in him.
And no good on the second free throw, so
No
he
good,
goes
no
0
good,
for
second
2
free
there.
throw.
And Andre Haji, better known as Vlad the Impaler, he is a handful of a center. Does everything you want from a big man, including scoring, defense, and setting up others on the offensive end. He can time his passes so perfectly. What an assist.
And the Mad Ants
Tim
call
melakukan
time
tim
here.
out.
And with Haji, as you mentioned, it is the ability to create for others that's so special.
Very special, very skilled, very smart player. And you know, it's rare to see a player of his
Coach
caliber
Iman.
last long down in
Itu
the G
pelatih
League. And I just think it's a matter of time
tim
before he
basket
catches
SMA
on with an NBA squad. You just know there are scouts here watching him play.
Well, there's got to be teams that could use that kind of playmaking ability.
Absolutely.
Semoga Coach Iman
A little over a minute gone here in the second half.
sehat walafiat. Ayolah.
Down low. A kick
Sip,
out to
shoot
Young.
dong.
Nice shot from the wing.
Quick
Besok.
thinking from Young. He's a confident
yang
young
bagus.
man. He'll pull the trigger anytime he thinks he can get the shot off cleanly.
Pass to Haji. Just over a minute and a half played in the third. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And with Vlad the Impaler, they really run the offense through him.
Every set this team has makes the best use of having an elite center in the middle. Haji is a great presence on the floor, and it's no surprise they built the offense around him.
Out to Tatum. 4 on the
Mantap.
clock. Shoots over Andrews, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
Nice looking shot from
Tatum.
Tatum. One he has hit many times
Shoot yang
throughout his
keren
career.
satu.
Now a timeout called by Long Island.
They could be just trying to get a break in action to clear their heads. They've gone ice cold, and it wouldn't be a bad idea to give them a quick break.
Yeah, they needed the timeout here. Anything to try to get him to forget all the missed shots we've been seeing.
And maybe refocus a bit.
Here's Odom. Pass to Nelson. High arcing shot. The shot
Sip.
no good. Great D that time from AI. High post, Connor Trigg. Grace. AI outside. It's Junior Boss on the wing. AI.
3-point. Woo!
Off target from outside. Odom with the ball. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Pass to Joseph. And again, it's the Nets missing.
Box out yang bagus.
Boss with it. It's stolen by Odom.
Dan steal. Ayo kita
Nelson
defend.
outside.
Defend.
To the middle.
Defend. Sip.
Now here's Odom. Daniels
Defend,
covering.
Jangan sampai lolos. Ayo satu.
Now Odom. 6 on the shot clock.
Block.
And Connor Trigg with the block.
NBA coaches, they just love to get defense out of the 5 spot. And seeing that block, it looks like Trigg can do that.
Wasted no time on that one.
Well, the jump shot, it's been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
They keep on pulling up and just watching them go down.
And that opens up your offense.
Nelson.
Block.
AI with the block.
And really a big part of shot blocking is timing. AI
Block,
showing
block.
that he's capable of rejecting shots.
Dan di small forward.
Here's James. And he makes good on the layup.
He ran his man right into the screen to open up the lane to the hoop.
No question who's been in control of this game.
Yeah, absolutely. They've really taken charge.
Howie Carter, not the most impactful player on the floor for the Mad Ants, but he is a valuable member of the team.
Oh, absolutely. He can give them a spark on occasion, but he's one of those glue guys. Fantastic chemistry with the rest of the team, and he just knows his role.
Slam
And
dunk.
AI throws it down.
AI dan
Just
slam.
love seeing AI flush it home, refusing to settle for just an easy layup.
Main terus bertambah.
Now here's Russell. Pass to Price. That shot, no good. And Fort Wayne the other way now. Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. AI outside. And AI throws it down.
So good at slicing to the lane. Can't let AI get any opportunities to penetrate.
Now here's Russell. Defense is right there. Pass to James.
Ayo.
Over Daniels. Off target. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game.
Lumayan jauh.
Mad Ants out in front, up by 16. And time to step away quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the
Blok
start
yang
of the
sangat
fourth quarter.
menyakitkan. Mungkin dia setelah main game ini dia tidak bisa tidur karena terblok oleh saya.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. Now AI. Down low. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a
Contact
chance
down.
for one more at the line. It's going to go on Andre Haji.
At the line for your Mad Ants, shooting 1.
Ayo bos.
One shot.
Siap bos.
And that one misses. And so it looks like the Nets will retain possession here. The Mad Ants making a switch here.
Dan saya diganti oleh Jamamir dan Yong.
So Long Island going with almost an entire new group here.
Apa yang terjadi?
Just over 2.5 minutes played now. Final quarter of regulation. And AI gets it to go.
Yeah, I think AI did some work in his inside game during his time in China. He's looking very confident in that area.
Pass to Haji. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Second chance points can just be so deflating for the defensive team.
Out to the left wing. Back to Young. Inside.
Whoa!
By AI.
And the chemistry AI has with his guys. Seems to know precisely when to go for the alley-oop.
And it's Long Island's ball. And they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off. They got to score.
And he comes up with the deuce. Here's Young. If you're just tuning in, welcome. We've played about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Here's AI. Rips it down, and the foul counted. It goes on Ted Nelson.
Outstanding concentration from AI. Good at adjusting his shot through contact and converting.
Yang sangat bersih.
At the line for your man is AI.
Ayo AI.
One shot.
Bikin 30. Mantap. Satu lagi untuk 30
Over
poin
3.5 minutes
pertama
through the
dalam
final
game
quarter now.
ini.
Pass to Odom. Now here's Fresh. Covered by AI. Tipped away. And stolen by AI.
Slam dunk!
You know how competitive AI is, and you know how strong a player he is when he matches that competitiveness with aggression. Great work to attack the rim.
Hari ini sangat bersemangat
And
sekali
here's Russell.
dalam bermain game.
Pass to Mac. And here is Odom. Daniels covering. Odom gets the bucket.
Well, their offense is kicked into gear, but it's come just a little too late.
I think it may be, but at least they're finally showing some signs of life offensively, but too bad it's past the point where it'll do them much good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Poked loose.
Dan
And so it looks like the Mad Ants will retain possession here. Puts it up off the inbound. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good, and it'll go to the line.
And they're not finished yet. They're going to make sure about this win.
Yeah, they're not taking any chances. This is how you close a game out.
Just look how happy their coach is.
And the free throw, no
tidak,
good.
no good.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot
bad.
clock and the game clock. Here's Russell. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the line to try to make it a three-point play. Here's Daniels. AI with it. Tipped away, stolen by Fresh. Pass to Russell.
Turnover.
And there it is, the final whistle. Mad Ants win. Fantastic performance from the team to defend the home court.
And there were standout stars tonight, sure, but I like the way that the
Long
whole
Island
team,
net
everybody,
38
aimed to
dan
slow up Vlad the
Mad
Impaler.
and
That was a
62.
key factor in Fort Wayne coming out with the
Tidak
win.
tahu
Offensively,
siapa
the
yang
Mad Ants seem to be gelling, and you can just see when this
MVP
team is on the
untuk
same page. And they gave us a
pertandingan ini.
peek of how deadly they could be on offense tonight.
And that's about all she wrote, folks. For Tim Swartz and Brian Benefitemi, I'm Blake Suniga. Thanks.